the year 2025, we stand on the threshold of a new era, an era in which intelligence is no longer an exclusively human gift. Companies across the globe, from the United States to China, are racing to create artificial minds that will not just assist humans, but exist as autonomous entities capable of thinking, feeling, and acting. At the very heart of this technological revolution is the company Nvidia. The same Nvidia that once made graphics cards for gamers is now developing the most powerful artificial intelligence chip for robots, a platform that, according to its developers, is intended to make machines smarter than humans. And this is not science fiction, it has already begun. This new chip bears the codename Project Helios. At its core is the Blackwell architecture, combining incredible computational power with minimal latency and embedded neural network models. It is not just a processor, it is a brain capable of analyzing situations in real time, learning, making decisions, and acting autonomously. Nvidia is building the foundation for robots that can not only execute commands but think. This chip is intended for a new wave of humanoid robots, industrial automatons, autonomous drones, military platforms, and even home assistants. The learning speed of such systems is astounding. When connected to neural network cluster platforms such as DGX Cloud, the new chip allows a robot to learn in a matter of days what would take a human years to master. The robot does not merely memorize commands, it understands context, adapts to changes, and learns from mistakes. And this is not just theory. In Nvidia's laboratories, prototypes of androids are already being tested, capable of driving cars, making coffee, conversing, cleaning homes, and even caring for elderly people, with empathy and adaptive behavior. But Nvidia is not the only player in this field. Startups across China, especially in Shenzhen, are building their own humanoid prototypes using these chips. Robot waiters, robot secretaries, robot police officers. The government is actively investing in the creation of a full-fledged robot society that will work, patrol the streets, and even teach children. In South Korea, Japan, and Germany, ultra-intelligent systems capable of collective decision-making are being developed. Robots connected in a network can jointly solve complex problems, distribute roles, and adapt to conditions. These are no longer individual machines, but digital collectives with the intelligence level of a team of specialists. Such systems are being tested in manufacturing, warehouses, logistics, and even in healthcare. And we are already witnessing how artificial intelligence in robots is beginning to change our daily lives. For example, in Japanese hospitals, nurse robots monitor patient conditions, regulate room climate, deliver medications, and can even perform basic diagnostics. At Tesla and BMW factories, robots independently manage production lines, detect malfunctions, and eliminate them without human involvement. In supermarkets across the United States, assistant robots patrol aisles, maintain order, assist customers, and even perform real-time demand analysis. Devices of a new generation are already appearing in homes, from vacuum cleaners that build three-dimensional maps of the space and plan cleaning based on the resident's lifestyle, to home assistants that can read fairy tales to children, care for pets, and remind elderly people to take their medication. And all this is possible thanks to embedded artificial intelligence chips that allow the device not just to function, but to think. But what does this mean for us, as humans? On one hand, it is a revolution. Intelligent robots can free humanity from routine and dangerous work. They can save lives by providing assistance in emergencies, extinguishing fires, conducting search operations, and performing surgeries with a precision beyond human capability. But this coin has a dark side. As robot intelligence grows, one pressing question arises. Where is the line between machine and consciousness? If an artificial intelligence chip can make better decisions than a human, who will be held responsible for those decisions? Who will control the actions of an autonomous army of robots if it begins to act independently? And what if these machines decide that humans are the source of chaos and instability? Moreover, the introduction of intelligent robots poses a colossal threat to the labor market. Even today, robots are displacing workers in warehouses, banks, and call centers. Tomorrow they might take the place of programmers, lawyers, even doctors. Millions of people could be left without jobs unless a global retraining program is implemented. There is also the threat of control. In some countries, artificial intelligence robots are already being used for total surveillance. Cameras with artificial facial recognition, patrol robots in cities that scan citizens, analyze their behavior, and eavesdrop on conversations. All this can turn into a digital concentration camp, where a person is stripped of privacy and every action is judged by an algorithm. Nevertheless, humanity has no intention of stopping. Nvidia has already announced that their next chip will feature quantum integration, enabling real-time artificial intelligence learning with multi-dimensional logic. Chinese corporations are working on a symbiosis of biological tissue and machines, cyborgs based on living neurons. And all this is expected within a 10-year horizon. Robots are becoming our companions, our workers, our conversational partners, and perhaps in the future, our friends or our enemies. The only question is whether we can build mutual trust with them, or whether we, as a species, will be replaced by a more efficient and impartial intelligence, one we created with our own hands. Everything we are witnessing today is only the beginning. Intelligent robots are still learning to walk, to speak, to feel. But very soon, they will begin to participate in the governance of cities, the economy, the military. They will fight for us, build our homes, cure diseases, but at the same time, they will become a mirror of our own intelligence, our decisions, our fears. The new chip from Nvidia may become the spark that triggers a chain reaction, and we will no longer be able to stop it. But perhaps that is the very essence of progress: to move forward, to take risks, to change everything, and to believe that intelligence, even artificial, will serve the good. One way or another, the era of intelligent machines has begun, and it will never end. Even today, major corporations are testing fully automated factories. In China, such facilities are called dark factories, because there is not a single light on inside. There are only robots and no people. The control systems are artificial intelligence clusters powered by chips like those developed by Nvidia. These systems have no vulnerability to fatigue, perceptual errors, or emotional burnout. They simply work, quickly, precisely, and without interruption. This leads to what is being called a reality divide. While one part of the world continues to operate under the traditional model of human work money, another part, connected to an artificial intelligence robotic infrastructure, will advance far beyond it. And people who are not integrated into this system will find themselves excluded from the new economy. The scenarios for the future are beginning to diverge. In one of them, robots become our allies, free us from routine, and help us realize our potential. And here, paradoxically, it does not depend on the Nvidia chip, nor on Chinese innovations, nor even on global corporations. It depends on how we, the humans, use this power. Will we become wise architects of a new era, or will we create a rival capable of replacing us? Progress cannot be stopped, but it can be guided. And right now, at the moment when chips are becoming the brains of machines, when robots are acquiring intelligence close to our own, we must ask ourselves the most important question. What does it mean to be human in a world where machines think, feel, and act better than we do? There is no answer yet, but we still have time to find one.